Alright, let's get this over with. I got a YouTube channel where I talk about video games and animation. What's your poor excuse for having watched Frozen 2, huh? Either way, I guess this is a video, a very late video of some guy opinions about Frozen 2. You clicked it. Brief premise, I'm one of those guys that didn't like Frozen 1. I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's nothing to really be ecstatic about. It's way overrated, in my opinion. But, you know, okay, no, actually, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. The one thing I wanted out of Frozen 2, and that's what I said when I actually got to seeing it, was a decent movie. If this movie managed to, you know, just be sufficient, just be decent, I'll call it a win. I'll be happy with it. If this movie is just almost good. And it looked good from all the trailers. I mean, every trailer was so atmospheric. There wasn't a single song in it. It looked epic and even dark at times. Very atmospheric, like a classic Disney fable, if you will. So was it good? Well, yeah, this movie is average. It's really average, but I guess, but I'm still not happy with it. Of course I'm not. I'm some guy talking about movies on the internet. I'm never gonna be satisfied. But out of everything in this movie that didn't quite resonate with me, that I didn't particularly like, there was one thing about it that I wasn't expecting. I found this movie extremely and surprisingly boring. Why is that? Well, let's see if we can figure it out. Alright, first things first. The songs. Didn't care for any of them. Yeah, I really didn't like the song, not even one. Not that I liked the first Frozen or its song either, but man, I mean, I watched it in Italian, of course, because, you know, I'm here in Italy, and boy, they didn't sound all that great. Now, okay, I'll say this. The one song that didn't bother me, that I listened to without, you know, dozing off, was, you know, the one in the Fortress of Solitude with Elsa. So, you know, first Frozen, Elsa got the worst song. Second Frozen, she got the best. So, okay, alright, that's good. But every other song beside that one, oh boy, yeah, no, didn't care for them. Absolutely didn't care. And I do believe most of the pacing issues this movie has can be blamed on the songs. I'm not one to check on his phone, you know, in the theater during a movie. Even if I don't care about a movie, there might still be people in, you know, in the room who are actually interested. So, you know, they want to watch the movie without you pointing a light directly into their retinas. So I don't do that. I never did that prior to this freaking movie. Each song pushed me a little closer to the temptation of just, I don't know, checking Instagram or something else on my phone, doing something else beside having to listen to the music and to the songs. Yeah, didn't like them. So alright, the movie doesn't sound great. Does it look great at the very least? Yes. Yes, it does. The first one was beautiful, sure. This one, it's a tiny little bit more atmospheric, maybe. But, and this, it might be just up to me, it might be a subjective thing. I'm getting tired of Western style of animation, of the Western style of animation. You know, everything's getting a little bit too samey. DreamWorks, Illumination, Disney, even Pixar is starting to blend. Every character design, every scenery, every aesthetic choice. I'm starting to get fed up with the classic Western style of 3D animation. This doesn't mean that there aren't exceptions. This doesn't mean that, there aren't Western animated movies with groundbreaking visual. No, this only means that I wouldn't call anything in Frozen 2, groundbreaking from a visual perspective. But this stuff is superficial. I wanna talk and I wanna know about the narrative, the story, the plot of this movie. Alright. First, Frozen, the story was fine. It was poorly narrated. It had one of the worst twist villain, one of the dumbest twist villain, but everybody knows that. How about this movie? How about Frozen 2? Is it any better? Kinda, yes, definitely. It's definitely better. The story goes as follows. The spirits of 4 elements are really pissed at Ariandel for some reason, and they threaten to destroy it. In order to protect the city, Elsa must journey on an epic adventure, dominate the 4 elements, and, discover the truth about her kingdom? Yeah, something along those lines. Sure, I'm on it. Sounds like a cool story, right? And it is, on paper at least. There's very little stakes. There's like this sense of very little real danger that permeates this movie, and it was kinda the same the first one, because the main villain Elsa was also friendly sister of the protagonist. But either way, no, that's not what I'm concerned with. No, what concerns me are the themes of this story, and they are stated pretty clearly at the very beginning of the movie. This movie is set in the fall, and the themes, at least on paper, the themes of this story are ones of change and how to deal with it, of growing up and accepting the changes that time brings. So you have Olaf that for some reason is going through a midlife crisis, and he is the one that says, "Oh, I wonder how this epic journey is gonna change us all." Except things, they don't really change all that much by the end of this movie. Come on, you've set up a theme. You've stated it to me. And then you can't even follow through? Are you serious? You did that. Why? Why state something that you're not gonna... Alright, by the end of this movie, Ariandel is safe. They say they need to destroy it for, the greater good, but that doesn't happen, so Ariandel is safe. Anna and get married, which it's not, it doesn't change their life all that much. They used to live together even before. Olaf is still alive, and I still hate it. Oh yeah, by the end of the movie, Elsa doesn't live in the castle anymore. She's not the Queen of Ariandel anymore. Now she spends all of her days in the Fortress of Solitude getting high on past memories and cosmic truth. She's gonna be Ogra. She's gonna be Mother Ogra in the next movie, I tell you. She still visits her sister and her family from time to time and play mime. So, yeah, nothing really changes all that much. Nothing changes. I hate it. Why? How? Take another Disney movie. Take Moana, for example. The theme in that movie is very clearly discovering who you are, what kind of person you are. And this is key to the whole story. Vaiana struggles to become the person that she feels she is, but she also discovers the truth about Maui true identity. She also discovers the truth about the big villain true identity. The central theme is key to the whole story, and there's a myriad of other better examples of this in not just animated movies, not just Disney movies. Movies tend to establish a theme that their story is gonna unravel. And then they usually, if they are good movies, they follow through. They don't state blatantly to you what the theme is, just to then ignore it completely. Why? This bugs me so much. And that's about it. I don't really have much else to say about this movie. It's a very average, just barely good enough movie. It's a very boring movie, and I didn't like how it looked, and I didn't like how it sounded. But if I could perhaps talk about just one more thing, just one more scene. There's a saying among my moviegoers group of friends that I am the guy of the bucket scene. Someday I'll need to explain the concept behind what a bucket scene is and why it's so important to me, especially why a bucket scene in a movie bugs me so much and where the name comes from. But there's a bucket scene in this movie. There's what me and my group of friends refers as a bucket scene in this movie. And it annoyed me oh so much. So basically the scene is this. Elsa and Anna and the rest of the gang are playing mimes. And Elsa gets eyes as the word that she needs to mime. Now, I'm fine with Elsa not being, the most extrovert, the most skilled mime ever. Sure, it's in character, what little character she has. I'm fine with her not using her powers to, exemplify eyes, to just point at a cube of eyes and saying, yeah, come on, guess it. But, I mean, this is what she does. Take a look. What was she thinking? Why should doing this with your arms, raising your leg, why should this mean eyes? How could this mean eyes? Oh, I thought about it for the rest of the movie. Elsa, are you dumb? Yeah, I know you are, but are you this dumb? What? Come on, guys! I can't be the only one that is so annoyed by this. What does this mean? Why is this eyes? Okay, all right. I don't like this movie. You wanted my opinion on it? Yeah, there you go. There weren't enough guys talking about Frozen 2 on the internet, so there you go. I don't like Frozen 2 because Elsa can't mime eyes. That's the main takeaway. I don't know. See you guys next time. Have a great day. Go to theater. Go to improv classes. Don't be an Elsa. Of this story are ones of change and how to deal with it. Oh my god.